There are a few films out there that truly help remind you how much life is left in cinema today. Then there are films about killer sloths that are just dumb as shit. Look, I normally just relentlessly attack these terrible films, but it is nice to be reminded once in a while that some of them can just be unreasonably funny. Never good, not good, like it's about a killer sloth, and all the characters basically are sorority girls, so not good, but funny. Slotherhouse stars a group of actors as every generic type of sorority girl, and they are actors, which is more than can be said for 90% of films with names like Slotherhouse. Emily wants to be sorority president, but she's only got like 800 Instagram followers, and much like Hollywood today, people are chosen based on the number of Instagram followers they have in killer sloth sorority movies. I didn't expect the majority of a film called Slotherhouse to be about a sorority president election, but here we are. It's exactly what it needed, because it's just the right amount of silliness to distract you until you reach the final half hour and things just go apeshit. So she buys a sloth to try it. It's a publicity stunt, basically. So she kind of gets what she deserves when it goes on a murder spree, yeah. Introducing every single character in the film by showing their Instagram profile and number of followers is something that you would think makes me automatically hate the film. And I'll admit that it's kind of like, it's kind of cringy. Like, the first hour is mostly about this kind of sorority girl election thing, and she just introduces herself to people by, like, going up to them, taking a selfie with them, and posting it on Instagram. Like, they're that kind of people. And there is all the, like, sorority hazing and silliness and stuff around the election, and people cheering over a sloth being just there, being a sloth. It doesn't do anything, except murder people, but they don't know that yet. And it kind of is just, like, fine, kind of fun, slightly cringy for about the first hour, and then the last half hour is when it really cuts loose and begins to partay and go just so crazy. Seriously, the last half hour sees the sloth driving to a hospital to smother a girl in a coma, punching through a woman and a door all at once. That was impressive. Starting an Instagram account called Killer Sloth and posting pictures of itself murdering people. The sloth can type. Interesting. Getting beaten by a woman with a cricket bat as she chants UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, and having a fight with a girl with a samurai sword, but it's just using its claws to block the samurai sword. Top quality. Like, kudos. Big kudos to this for being that fun, that funny, for only having sorority girls as characters, attractive young women, and yet never getting any of them to get naked. Or needing to do that to be interesting. The whole thing being about a sorority election for a long time is weird, but it kind of gives stakes to something in a film where everything is so insane and nothing seems to matter, and when you think people are dead, they're not actually dead, to the degree that it should be silly fun without feeling like it's got stakes or feeling like you can actually like any of the characters. But I ended up liking quite a few of the characters, which I didn't expect. The sloth ridiculous jumping around stuff is wonderful, but I feel like it wasn't a one-trick pony. It didn't just have the sloth jumping around and killing people and that being funny. It had kind of other stuff to it too. Not in buckets, but enough around it that I didn't hate it as a film outside of the moments where the sloth was like leaping across the room and clawing people's faces off. Slotherhouse is one of my personal favourite disaster pieces. It's the kind of film where somebody goes, it's a Slotherhouse, and everyone just kind of stands there and groans at him, and it's like, come on. It's that kind of film. It is just unreasonably fun. The sloth, it wears a tiara, it breakdances, it fights someone with a samurai sword, it hates and it's full of rage and loathing, but the soundtrack alone, where it sees like pictures of the Amazon and like dreams about returning home, that alone is worth some extra marks on what this should probably deserve. It is the most wonderfully fun trash film I've seen in years. I wish, it's not suitable, this kind of thing, for big cinematic releases, obviously, but I wish more streaming services would invest a little bit of money in these instead of just constant Hallmark-esque rom-coms. Like, just occasionally throw a little bit of production quality at something with this kind of wild, fun, low-budget energy, and I think you'd get some results, and some people tuning in just for the comedic effect of it and being impressed by the streamer with going for that. So well done. I think it was Hulu made this. I saw it somewhere else because Hulu is not really a thing in the UK, but yeah, I think this was so much fun. I'm giving The Sloth my mom was studying in the Amazon before she died 2.5 stars. Come on. Like, Netflix alone releases like 10 crappy Hallmark-style rom-coms a year. Surely you could do with like 5 of those, and then the other 5 films being like this, like just insane, crazy shit. Like, I just think it would work really well. And imagine if you actually put like a really like well-known actor in one of these. It would crush.